Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back down under the mat. Happy New Year. It is 2025. And with that, we will be discussing our 2025 predictions for WWE. Dan.
Yes.
I'm going to kick it off with you. Oh, is that a prediction?
No, that's just a card that was on the table.
Spicy prediction.
I wouldn't predict that. Or would I?
Mate, the return would be the prediction, not him winning a championship. All right.
So we went up the other week. Those of you that have been following our YouTube and our channel, we've been seeing that the other week we went up to PWA in Sydney.
We did.
And on the road trip, about a 3-hour road trip from Canberra up to Sydney, Reece and I decided we were going to talk about what our predictions for 2025 were. So these were all done in the car whilst we were driving up. This was before Santi and WrestleTalk and everybody else and Tesh and everybody's put up their predictions. Yeah. So we're not copying them. We might have some
Dan has probably seen some. I have not watched any. So
yeah, these
I'm coming in blind.
Our predictions for WWE. We did drop a AEW one. Yep. I don't know if that'll go out before or after this. Keep an eye on our socials.
It will be out.
You'll see it soon.
So we did a top 10. So we've got 5 picks each.
Correct.
As predictions.
So remind me, because this drive we had was a week or so ago. What was my first prediction?
The first thing that we have marked down.
Yes.
Jake Paul has a wrestling match. And I'll put in brackets a tag with his brother Logan or a match against his brother Logan.
This was my prediction, and I definitely said this on a podcast a few weeks ago, was that I guarantee at some point this year Jake Paul steps inside a WWE ring. If you want me to be more specific, I will say it's on probably one of the 2 Saudi shows.
That's where the big coin purses are, so I would not be surprised.
And it'll be Logan and Jake against...
LWO.
No.
Well, it's going to be someone high profile.
Logan's on Raw, right? Okay. Yeah. I mean, your shirt helped me. It won't be the Lucha Brothers because I don't think Rey Fenix is coming this year. He might, if he does. But I'm going to say that, maybe the Paul brothers against the Mysterio, Rey Mysterio and Penta.
Oh.
In a crown jewel match. But my lock-it-in prediction will come back at the end of this year and bank. Yeah. Is that Jake Paul has a WWE match inside a WWE ring this year.
Yeah, all right. Sounds good. Moving on to the first prediction that I have. Joe Hendry appears on the main roster. And I have... Where is he? Where's he hiding? Oh, there he is.
We found him.
Say his name and he appears.
Well, did you see him on NXT?
Yes, I did see that tease because he got the moment.
Anytime.
Any place.
Anywhere. Any show.
And then the Raw on Netflix logo appeared. And everyone's just like, he's coming next week.
What a tease.
I don't reckon it's going to be next week. My prediction, he will be an entrant in the Men's Royal Rumble.
I think that's a pretty good prediction.
And he's going to have some great spots against a John Cena, a Randy Orton, whoever the bloody hell else is going to be that match. The Rocket number 31. Joe Hendry's going to be there.
I think Joe Hendry. Well, I mean, we got the craps last time when Joe Hendry went into that NXT Rumble.
The Battle Royal, and they got eliminated immediately.
Straight away by Frankie Kazarian. That's not going to happen.
No, not this time.
But I don't foresee him having more than 5 or 10 minutes in this match. No. I think he comes in the Rumble.
He gets a good couple of spots.
Couple of big spots. He goes against Cena, I think, is probably someone that he'd want to... And maybe if Logan Paul's in there, I would like to see him face off with both of them. And then he just gets chucked by like Drew McIntyre or something.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. I think that's good.
Yeah, but I'm all aboard Joe Hendry showing up.
All right. Your second pick.
Yes, what was my second pick?
CM Punk main events night 1 of WrestleMania.
Yes.
Which is like...
And I mean, I'm wearing a Cody shirt for once instead of a CM Punk shirt because I thought I'd
check one of the other episodes we've recently put out. He had the CM Punk shirt on. It's fine.
So yeah, I think this ties in really strongly with obviously the Raw Netflix debut and the Rumble and what happens. I reckon your Raw on Netflix match between Seth Rollins and CM Punk is won by CM Punk.
Yep, agreed.
And I think that is the first of a series of matches that they will have, with the third of it culminating as the night 1 main event at WrestleMania, where you have CM Punk as the World Heavyweight Champion.
He's cashed in that favour.
Cashed in the favour from Paul Heyman to have a match against Gunther, and he's won it. And Seth Rollins as the Royal Rumble winner. Because I reckon Seth wins the Rumble, right, which guarantees him a WrestleMania main event, because that's what they say, right?
Yep.
And then Punk gets the shits. He's like,
Yep.
well, no, I want a WrestleMania main event. And Seth's like, well, I won the Rumble, so I've got it.
Yeah.
So if you want it, come get me. And so the only way that happens is that Punk gets the title, he gets through, there's your main event.
He cashes in the favor after Elimination Chamber because he's failed at the Rumble.
He fails at Chamber.
Fails at Chamber, and that favor is his last resort.
Yep.
He cashes it in during the WWE tour in the UK and Europe in the lead up till WrestleMania.
You mean Gunther's going to drop the title to CM Punk in Germany? Oh, I love it.
But could you imagine?
I love it.
Everyone's going into WrestleMania. Yes, Seth Rollins versus Gunther. This is going to be amazing. And then 2-3 weeks beforehand, Punk gets the title.
Because we have
seen
that. We have seen with what they've done since Saturday Night's main event through to the Netflix thing, 2 weeks of Seth and Punk, and we're itching for it.
Oh,
They don't
we're excited.
need 6 weeks to build this.
No.
Yep. All right. Perfect.
Sign me up.
Great
Done.
idea. Look at how good my predictions are so far. Go on, love and life.
All right. My second prediction, better booking for the tag team division. This is specifically targeted at the Raw tag team division because I think SmackDown's not doing too bad at the moment. We've got DIY and we've got MCMG. They're doing their thing at the moment. They're putting
And you
on
got
great matches.
Pretty Deadly.
We've got Pretty Deadly.
Santos
We've got
Escobar.
Legado del Fantasma, I guess. We've got the Street Profits who they need to do something with.
Yeah,
Otherwise, they're going to crack the shits and not renew, and then they're going to go be All Elite or something. So my prediction is that we get specifically the Raw side of it.
Yep.
We've got Final Testament, American Made, the Wyatts. They're all being booked terribly at the moment. They've all been feuding with each other in some capacity.
For nothing.
For nothing. No titles, no nothing. And it's just been almost a wasted TV time because coming in with the Wyatts, we were so invested in their debut and then it almost immediately derailed.
But
they just got beat clean by Final Testament a few weeks back.
I know.
And have not appeared since.
And I kind of hate to harken back to this where we said it many moons ago on the podcast, but we said once the Wyatts had debuted and once they got into the ring, who cared?
Yeah.
And it's kind of been that.
I get all the it's not supernatural, mystical type of stuff. I get the way that they're building their characters, but just have them on TV more often. Have them do matches more often.
I think Netflix will give us 3 hours or more, a longer time. You'll be able to get more matches.
Hopefully we'll get some more.
There was something to it. I mean, we did have someone on our TikTok and stuff say that, hey, talk about
American Made
Made
specifically.
and how they're not booked properly. And
the fact that we only just got the payoff for Chad Gable versus Otis after having that being the feud and then moving it on to American Made and the Wyatts, and then all of a sudden we're back with Alpha Academy. Why?
yeah.
Just make it more succinct.
And I think
Write better stories for these tag teams. They deserve it.
I think I said this a while ago that as much as this whole tag division has been on hold, it's been at the behest of the Judgment Day. When you put them in the ring, JD and Finn put on really good matches.
Oh, absolutely.
And the matches they had with the War Raiders for the titles,
They didn't
were
get
very
enough
good.
opportunity to show how good they are in the ring.
Correct. So I really hope now that it's on the War Raiders, and I agree with you that that division needs a bit of a kick up the butt and not just generic booking of tag teams versus tag teams for the sake of it until you get to WrestleMania and then there's a 6-person tag match. Let's actually book it. Okay, I've got a little idea for something later down, but we'll keep moving. But
We'll keep going.
I think that division needs to be booked better, and I'd love to see one particular team win the tag titles at some point this year.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Did you want that to be your next point?
No, because it's not the team I was going to talk about.
Oh, no, I know. Are you going to change that prediction?
No, I'll keep that prediction. but
Okay.
I've got a different idea.
All right. Third pick for Mr. Danielson.
Yes.
Charlotte wins a title and we like it.
Yes. Because all of us, were very sick of Charlotte Flair.
I'm getting to the point where, yes, I was very sick of her. I kind of wanted her to come back.
I really wanted to come back now. I think that the quality of the women's division is
Better than it's ever been.
absolutely, and she can put on some fantastic matches with
Yep.
some of the high quality talent. I think from those that saw SmackDown the other week with Tiffy cashing in, she now is the women's world champion. Charlotte and Tiffy would fit perfectly as a match. So I think that maybe Charlotte comes back and wins the Rumble and picks Tiffy, or she goes to an elimination chamber and gets to Tiffy. But I think that is a really good match. And I think that's something that we would like to see. Or maybe not off Chelsea, because although Chelsea's a heel, the crowd loves Chelsea Green.
Yeah.
We all love Chelsea. So maybe we wouldn't cheer it if Charlotte beat her.
Yeah.
But I would like to see Charlotte come through and win the Intercontinental or the US title and hold that for 6 months.
Then
and
you
put on some
accolades
good
for her to
matches.
aim for now.
And I think that the crowd will cheer Charlotte winning that sort of a thing, because she is a very talented wrestler. We were just sick of seeing her at the top
Yeah.
for the sake of her being at the top.
And I think that's a really good thing with Charlotte and Becky coming back now. Both rumored to be portraying new characters, which will be really interesting. I think having the mid-card scene for them, taking them out of that world title scene, because we've seen them there so much for so long, it'll be nice and refreshing to see them go for different titles.
Yep, I agree.
So I'd love to see Charlotte win a mid-card title.
There you go. My prediction.
Done. All right.
Let's say, if I'm going to lock it in, Charlotte wins the US title.
Done. Lock it in. That's gold. Americans don't get that reference.
It's a show reference.
Prediction number 3 for me. John Cena breaks the record. And I really goddamn hope that it happens this year.
Lock it in.
If anyone is more deserving, it's John Cena. Like, he is the man. Even Ric Flair has come out and said, if anyone's going to break it, I'd love it to be John Cena, and he needs to do it. Like, it's that simple.
Even though we know that Flair has like 24 titles.
Not recognized by
Technically.
WWE.
This is where I want to tack in my other thing.
Okay.
I was waiting for you to bring up John Cena. For the tag division, I really want to see John Cena and R-Truth win the tag titles.
Oh! That'd be great.
It could be for a month. It could be for 3 Raws in a row. I don't care. But could you imagine R-Truth winning the tag titles with his childhood hero?
I'd like to
John
link this
Cena.
in with your next prediction.
Okay.
They win it. They win the tag titles. And then Dan's next prediction of the Lucha Brothers winning the tag titles. That's who they beat. They beat John Cena. Cero miedo.
I'm not putting it on because I've got headphones, but
Yeah.
you reckon the
That'd be
Lucha
so-
Brothers, that could be a banger of a match.
That'd
man.
be so good.
Did you watch CVV's interview with R-Truth?
I've seen clips. I've not watched the whole thing yet.
Sorry, with Ron Killings, not R-Truth, because it's 2 different people. He can go. And he said, like, he feels the most fit that he's felt in a long time right now. And Cena's obviously going to give everything in his last 12 months.
Yeah.
I'd give him a tag title shot, let the Lucha Brothers take it off him.
Have it
Just
for
go
a
for
month.
it.
Just let him have that moment.
Yep. And
R-Truth winning the tag titles with his childhood hero, John Cena. Oh, so funny.
now
so funny.
we brought this up on one of our other shows, my booking of John Cena winning his 17th title. Essentially, the story behind it, go check out our other video for the full recap of how it's going to get there. But essentially, John Cena is going to win Money in the Bank, and he's not going to be able to cash it in until the very last televised match of 2025. And WWE are going to make every single person in the world want to watch that Saturday night's main event
And
from
we're all gonna
Tallahassee,
cry.
Ohio, or wherever that, I don't know, I just made that up. But like, that is, he's going to be out, he's going to call his shot, and he's going to say, hey, WWE champion Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, whoever it is at the time, let's say Randy Orton. WWE champion Randy Orton. Cashing in my Money in the Bank. The last possible match of 2025, and then I am retiring.
Because that will tie into a lot of people's predictions that Randy and John are going to have one last match this year.
And imagine it being John's last match.
Like last match.
For the
title. And he gets it. And he breaks the record. He did it. He got there. And he broke the record.
And then he relinquishes the title. And then Triple H
awards it to Cody Rhodes.
Says that the 2026 Royal Rumble, which is rumored to be in Saudi Arabia, is for the WWE Championship.
You got me excited up here about the Royal Rumble being for the title, and then fucking down here for it being in Saudi.
Well, could you imagine though? Because you know the entrant like number 30 in the Saudi Royal Rumble can be Brock Lesnar. Too many predictions. That's for next year's show. Way too far ahead. I'm sorry.
Let's book 2026 too far in advance.
But John Cena, I reckon, yeah, I agree with you 1,000% that John Cena is going to win his 17th title. I'd love it to be in his last match. He drops the title.
I think that'd be a really cool thing for WWE to do.
And
like
then,
his last match, his last opportunity to do it, and he does it.
And then
he just rides off into the sunset.
And then
he lays the title
put it
down in the ring, and he just walks back.
And then it's for the Royal Rumble.
Great. Again, Triple H will
Down
under
under
the
the
mat at gmail.com.
Drop in the comments if you want.
Just come.
I'll put this statement, this prediction here specifically, just in the comments. Hunter, if you just want to just like it, you don't have to just like it, maybe comment and just be nice. Shoot us a DM. We'll then sort it out for you.
We'll sort it out. Yeah. Prediction number 4 for me for the year. On the topic of Royal Rumbles, I've got a first ever opportunity for the WWE because they love doing first evers. And I got this off the Wrestle Chats dudes on TikTok because they were talking about having a first ever because WWE loves that. Mm-hmm. They love that slogan, first ever.
So they're going to have the first ever Noah champion Omos win the Royal Rumble.
No. They were talking about a men's entrant from the Royal Rumble from NXT. My prediction, I'm going to take their idea and slightly tweak it. Roxanne Perez debuts on the main roster in the Royal Rumble and wins it.
Okay. I can see that.
First ever. Debut on the main roster, wins the Royal Rumble.
Mate, that women's Royal Rumble,
it's going to be stacked, man.
It's I can see Roxanne. I can see Jordan Grace because her TNA contract runs out on the 15th of January. That's about 2 weeks before the Royal Rumble.
That's plenty of time to hash out a contract.
You've got Julie, you've got Stephanie, you've got Becky coming back, you've got Charlotte coming back, you've got possibly Alexa Bliss, you've got Asuka.
It's going to be a
third of that field could be surprise entrants. That is a big Royal Rumble. So I
can't wait to watch this hungover the day after my wedding.
I can't wait to watch this hungover the day after your wedding either.
It'll be great.
I like the idea of Roxanne though.
Yeah, and she's had a very dominant year, the way that she's tweaked her character. And go watch our 2024 review if you want to. It's there. I know it's kind of outdated now, but it's there. I picked Roxanne for my Women's Wrestler of the Year for a reason. She's had a very dominant run in NXT as champion for 8+ months. The way that she's reworked her character, I feel like she could easily carve out a niche on that main roster for herself and not look out of place.
Yeah, I don't mind that at all.
Sweet. I have good ideas
sometimes.
Solid
prediction.
Talk about solid predictions. Grand Slam champion.
Is this my last one?
Yes, this is your last one.
Because my fourth one was Lucha Brothers. We kind of skipped over that really quickly with the John Cena story. But Lucha Brothers.
Because it worked in together.
It did work well.
Worked in together.
Well, we know Penta's coming. And I think Phoenix will complain enough. You'll get out.
It's just a matter of time. That's why I wore this shirt. Yeah. Thanks, Dan, for this shirt.
You're welcome.
Sheamus wins the Intercontinental title at Mania.
I think so. I think
finally gets that
Sheamus
Grand Slam
becomes Grand Slam. I think it's probably... I would like to book it as a Fatal 4-Way. So we've had the great singles match with... it was him and Gunther at Clash at the Castle. You've had...
the triple threat.
The triple threat with him and Drew. I think this year we're going to go up to a Fatal 4-Way for the Intercontinental title. And they've weaved the story through with everybody involved so far. So there's going to be, obviously the champion will probably still be Braun. I think he'll hold through to WrestleMania. Ludwig, who's the one that's currently feuding with Sheamus, that'll continue through to see who gets the shot. And I think the way WWE should book it will be that Sheamus wins first and then loses, and then Ludwig wins the next one, and then he loses to Braun, and then they both think that they get it, but then there's a fourth person that shows up and says, hey, I should have had my title shot, but I haven't had one.
It's Logan Paul.
No, it's Ilya Dragunov. I think Ilya comes back, you throw him in there. Could you imagine the amount of man meat just being chopped? And Braun Breaker, Ludwig Kaiser, Sheamus, and Ilya in a Fatal 4-Way for the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania is a smoky for match of the year.
Oh, absolutely.
But I think Sheamus wins. Sheamus wins, gets his title, he gets Grand Slam. He doesn't quite get the accolades that he deserves. I think a lot of people didn't really enjoy his early title reigns.
When you look at the star power that he had when he first came in, like we still had Cena wrestling full time. We had HBK was still wrestling full time. So was Triple H. So was Undertaker was up there as well. Like had way too many high profile stars still in the business when Sheamus came in. So when he did get the title opportunities over those people weren't really thrilled about it.
That, and I think a lot of the internet wrestling community are still against him for beating Daniel Bryan in 18 seconds. I don't think people forgive him. And I know that's not his call. That was Vince.
Yeah, I know.
But it was Sheamus. So I think that he needs to get...
I've forgiven him from that. I just, because as a smart mark, You know
Smart.
that it's a booking decision, that someone else makes that choice, and then the wrestlers just go out and execute that.
Yeah.
What a fucking cop-out, man. Fucking 18 seconds. Jesus Christ.
Sorry to bring that up. So Sheamus,
Why
Grand
does
Slam
this still
champion,
trigger me so much?
wins the IC
It's been
belt.
like 12 years. My God.
What's your last prediction?
If you are familiar with this podcast, you will know I have a little theory about a certain story that needs finishing that's better than that story. And that is Finn Balor getting another main championship. Being given a proper opportunity to carry a show and a company on his back. And it's going to be the World Heavyweight Championship. And he is going to beat Seth Rollins. Seth will beat Punk at Mania for the title. Wow. We can talk about that later. Come SummerSlam. Oh, this just writes itself. How many years after? But at SummerSlam, many years prior,
The first ever Universal Champion.
the inaugural Universal Championship match, Seth versus Finn Balor. They run it back at SummerSlam this year. Finn finally gets it. He finally beats Seth Rollins after.
Can I help you book this?
Yeah,
Can I help you book this? I'm okay with Punk getting to the WrestleMania, getting his main event, dropping the title to Seth. That's okay. I'm good with that. And then you'll have Backlash, which will probably be the rematch between the two, or you do something to get rid of Punk so that you don't ruin the feud.
Yeah.
I think you need Finn to get to the title shot, and whatever pay-per-view they have in Europe between WrestleMania and SummerSlam, Finn has his shot there, loses.
Okay.
And he's like,
And then it's the demon?
Correct.
Oh, it's the demon at SummerSlam.
It's one last chance. I'll
you
never
know-
fight for the title again if I don't win it, blah, 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 blah. And the demon comes out at SummerSlam and the demon beats Seth Rollins.
Love it. Write it. Book it. Refer to earlier comment, Triple H.
In our comments, please. Get down there. Even
a gift
pop over to our
into-
Discord if you'd like. There's a link down below.
Link down below.
Just jump on our Discord. Send us a direct message if you want. We'll happy to do a video call with you, Hunter. I know you're great with
love it.
Zoom and everything. I can download that on my computer if I need to. We can catch up quickly and let you know about how we're booking, Punk and Penta and the Demon, Finn Balor at SummerSlam. Just,
Ideas for a small fee.
These are
For front
fantastic
row
predictions.
WrestleMania tickets.
Yeah.
With flights and accommodation.
Flights and accommodation. We've got to have that for both of us. It's got to be two of us.
both of us
Wait,
just-
do we want to say 4? Like, so we can each bring like partners? Do we want to go for 4?
Yeah, I guess 4.
Yeah, 4.
Four tickets.
Final offer? 4 tickets.
Final offer. Hard final offer. Oh, man. That pretty much covers everything on our list for 2025 predictions.
Yeah,
Unless
so-
you've got anything else to tack
Well,
on onto it.
what we did for the AEW one.
Yes. Who are going to be our champions at the end of the year?
Correct.
All right. This is going to be interesting.
There's a lot of champions in WWE
There's
as well.
a lot of champions.
Do we start?
Let's start with the women and the 5 titles that we have for the women.
Oh, jeez.
Not including the speed championships. Just
No, they
that's
can stay out. And we can leave NXT.
yeah. We won't
Okay,
predict
good.
NXT.
All right. Look, I haven't put any thought into this until this
Me
very
either.
moment. I've said Charlotte was going to win the US title, but I think throughout the year she'll probably
Yep.
drop it at some stage. So I'm going to say an upstart Stephanie Vaquer has the US Women's
Okay.
Championship.
I'm going to go with Zarya has been called up to the main roster.
You stole my idea, but it's
She's
this
got
person, yeah.
the Intercontinental title.
Okay. I think Kairi Sane has the Intercontinental title.
Okay. I've got Becky for the US.
Ooh, okay. Women's World Heavyweight Championship, I think, is still Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
I think
I think once she gets that back, she's going to steamroll.
she's going to
through
have
the
her year again.
Yeah. What she should have had last year, but got injured.
And then the WWE Women's Champion, I'm going to say is Charlotte. I reckon she gets back there.
Yep. Okay. I'm happy with that.
Women's side booked? Oh, Women's Tag
team-
Champions.
Tag champs. Liv and Raquel. We've already
Liv
discussed
and
that.
Raquel. Yep. Liv and Raquel.
Liv and Raquel. They'll go on barn burners once Liv drops the World Heavyweight title.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, men's. On the men's side.
Raw Tag.
Raw tag.
Lucha Bros.
Yeah, Lucha Bros. I think we're both agreed on that. SmackDown side.
I'd love to see Pretty Deadly.
Yeah.
Give them actual titles.
Yeah. Give them a chance.
Especially over like the Christmas period where you do all of your like, Madison Square Garden house shows, you do some of your funny things.
There'll be a blast.
That'll be great little heel champions across that period.
United States champion.
Not LA Knight, please.
I'm going to go Carmelo Hayes.
I reckon he's had it and he's dropped it. Grayson Waller.
Oh, that's a great pick. Intercontinental
Workhorse. Sheamus has had it. He's dropped it back to Braun. Ilya's had his little turn with it.
Bronson Reed.
Oh, that's a good pick.
That was my pick for WrestleMania, but that can't happen. He broke his foot.
I'm going to say Solo Sikoa.
Oh. Mid-card tribal chief.
Yep. Just, why not?
World heavyweight.
The world heavyweight champion. We booked our little story that Finn gets it off Seth.
I'm going to stick with that. He's going to hold it for a few months after SummerSlam. He's going to close out the year as world heavyweight champion.
Is Netflix going to be happy with Finn holding a world title?
Yeah, they can just swap the titles. Who cares?
I'm going to say Cody Rhodes.
I'm just fanboying, man. Like I just want Finn to get his second chance.
Cody Rhodes wins it at Survivor Series.
The world heavyweight.
Yep.
Okay. Because WWE champion John Cena wraps out the year, so we know that already.
Yeah, correct.
All right, that wraps it up. Let us know what your predictions are for 2025, who your champions will be at the end of 2025, down below. Head over to our Discord. We've got a bunch of people in there. We talk about wrestling. We talked about some reviews for 2024, best matches and that sort of stuff. Get in on the conversation. Follow us on TikTok. Follow us on Instagram. Like and subscribe on YouTube. That's what we need. Love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. This has been Mr. Dan Danielson. I've been Roddy Reese. Thank you for coming down under the mat, and we'll see you next time.
For our boy Finn.
Too sweet.